Some say the enemy AI even responded in real time to the actions of the player.
Yeah, but they all acted the same, right? Like, it was one script for every enemy type.
No, each enemy type had its very own AI. Ooh.
Oh boy, Grandpa. I sure am glad that good video games aren't real. Right?
Of course they're not, my boy. Not anymore. Unless... Halo Combat Evolved!
It be true. As hard as it may be to believe, good video games once roamed this earth in their own right, as did the dinosaurs, unicorns, and YouTubers who didn't turn out to be pedophiles before them. It has been said that one of the only reasons that Xbox exists as a brand today is because when they were starting up, the generation of consoles that they found themselves in was an absolute doozy. Not only was Nintendo going the most mainstream, gamer, competitive that they'd ever been by that point, they fucked up the disc sizes for some reason though, but also PlayStation 2. I mean, PlayStation fucking 2. Enough said, highest selling console of all time. So, point being, Microsoft needed a game changer. They couldn't compete with Nintendo on the IP side, and they could come close to PlayStation's hardware, but Final Fantasy and Solid Snake considering, what they really needed was just one really good game. And they got it. Perfect Dark Zero, baby! No, of course it was Halo, are you kidding me? Halo is like a Bethesda game. Right?
Boo! You suck!
It all just works. The roller coaster like level design, the incredible enemy AI, not even for the time, but just ever. Wide and explorable alien biomes and structures that accentuate the great combat and missions. Maddie! The responsible and mature storytelling. Now that might seem some unusual adjectives to use about a game that includes big yelling aliens and sentient footballs and a Doom guy. But what I mean is not only is a story about choice between the greater good and sacrifice, but also the sharp world building and events leading up to the main story, and also the factions of the UNSC and the Covenant themselves. The lore behind all of that is incredibly consistent and stands as incredible world building in its own right. I'm getting off track. We all know that Halo is good. Otherwise, it would have gone the way of Call of Duty and Gears of War. Gears of War. Call of Duty. This video is not about the perfect bow of Combat Evolved. It's not about the scale of Halo 2 or the epicosity of Halo 3. This video is about narrative presentation of violence, combat, and war. It was Call of Duty that was touted as the series that really presented the destruction of war on a grand scale to the average player. You push into the Reichstag in Nazi Germany as a Russian soldier, watching the city crumble around you. A nuclear warhead detonated right in front of your face. An airport terrorist attack. Zombies! Yeah, these games are good at portraying the horrors of war, but I think in the subdued greys and greens and of Call of Duty, people have been sleeping on the achievement of Halo in this department, and it's also the reason, I think, why Halo is now failing under 343 Industries. Halo was never Call of Duty. It was never down in the mud humanity at its worst. Rather, it was kind of the opposite. It was humanity at its best, united and standing alone against a terrible onslaught of a religious-charged alien superconglomerate. What could be said about Halo as a franchise, at least before Halo 4 and 5, would be hope. Hope even in the darkest and most desperate of humanity's moments. And Bungie, the original creators of Halo, understood this. I think in one word it could be summed up as contrast. Of course we have those big Spartan moments, taking out a Scarab, downing a Covenant mothership, killing the Prophet of Regret. Well, maybe not that one. All these moments are moments of fuck yeah, finish the fight! But then they are contrasted by the depiction of the cost that these small victories incur. Captain Keyes, Miranda Keyes, Master Chief himself eventually, the entirety of Noble Team. I called this video showing both sides because I think that's what Bungie did most effectively. They understood the badassery of Halo, the badass. Why did my voice do that? They understood the badassery of Halo, but also the underlying themes of dread and almost certainly misplaced hope that things will get better if we keep fighting. I see in other shooting games it's usually either one or the other. Complete domination, power fantasy, or grunt, insignificant soldier up against monsters beyond our comprehension, blah 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 blah. Halo manages to pull off both. Master Chief is a Spartan, a demon, but get him in a corner with a few hunters and even he's in trouble. I mean, gameplay-wise, not lore-wise. Lore-wise, Master Chief would fucking steamroll them. And up against the gargantuan dread of the Covenant, or the existential nightmare that is the Flood, he's nothing but a man. He'll always come out on top in the end, but Master Chief is the main character. These guys are not. Halo 3 ODST was a game that I took a while to get around to. As in, I'd played every other Halo game before I got to this one, and I thought I'd seen it all, but holy shit, I was not prepared. If Halo as Master Chief is a careful balance between hardcore action and story, and Halo Reach is a balance of action and tragedy, with a dash of impending doom, ODST is just fucking purgatory. It's incredibly somber. As you track your fallen team through the ruins of a destroyed, invaded city, with nothing but the sounds of rain and smooth jazz to accompany you, remember Reach is scratched into the walls, endless phantoms carrying brute squads and hunters fly overhead as you skulk through the empty buildings and streets. You're not the badass Spartan anymore. Master Chief is off fucking up the Covenant on the Prophet of Regret's ship. You, the rookie, are on humanity's front lines, and they are not pretty. They're not badass, and they're not epic. They are quiet and sad. The city itself seems to be crying with you as you make your way through each of the levels, and now you're just playing as a lowly ODST with reduced health and damage.
I'm too weak. Oh, don't kill me, please.
Now there's plenty of badassery to be found in this game, sure, but the main chunk, playing as the Rookie in New Mombasa City, is up there as one of the best representations of perseverance through hopelessness I think any video game about war has ever depicted.
So, back to it.
Whereas the new games are like,
Fuck yeah! Finish the fight! Spartans! Yeah!
in Halo Reach, each one of your newfound family gets brutally killed off one by one in the name of the mission and protecting Reach. Each of them gives their lives to finish the fight, but it's a fight that they'll never see the end of. Saving Reach, saving the city, saving the last of your team, saving the Pillar of Autumn and Cortana, the last hope that humanity has to actually finish the fight. Dr. Halsey says it the best in her finishing speech of the game.
It didn't take long for Reach to fall. Our enemy was ruthless, efficient, but they weren't nearly fast enough. For you had already passed the torch, and because of you, we found Halo, unlocked its secrets, shattered our enemy's resolve. Our victory, your victory, was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us. And with it, we can rebuild.
And it's right there, in that final speech, that I think Bungie is sending to the players in their final Halo game, that they truly show that they understand showing both sides of this theme. The melancholic hopelessness and sacrifice in the face of an insurmountable foe, and also those epic badass Halo moments. Some players tried to fight on Lone Wolf for as long as possible, desperately trying to find some hidden ending. Maybe if I kill enough grunts and elites, maybe I'll find the secret. But the secret is that there is no special ending for Noble 6 and his team. Even the rookie and ODST, they all die with no fanfare, because that's war. That's the cost of hope. That's showing both sides of the fight. Oh boy, Grandpa. God. What was that like? Oh, what is it? The Bosk Lego dying sound. I need to do one where I just do all this Lego death sounds, right? What about Princess Leia, Padme, you know, all the women? The Yoda one, that's the classic though, like. Jesus Christ, that was loud. That was R2, by the way.